It is unsafe to travel Peru, with people blocking roads and protesting. I was traveling in Peru because I needed to get a flight, so I took the bus from La Paz to Puno, and it went normal until we got to the Bolivian border. After a 10-minute drive, we got to a blockage, and locals said if the bus tries to pass, they'll damage it. So the driver just left us there and said walk to a town called Puli. And then we got to the town, just to learn the bus station was closed and we couldn't get to Puno that day. So I had to stay in a hostel for that night, and I felt very uncomfortable in this town. The next day was a 69-kilometer trip to Puno, and I left at 7 a.m. and the buses were still not going. So I just had to start walking till I was able to find a taxi. There was another blockage, so I had to walk again, and at this stage the protests started to get bad, with burning tires on the ground. And at one stage someone screamed "Gringo" and threw a piece of tire on fire at my face. Lucky it missed. I met some Peruvian people to walk with as they got nervous for me, and that was helpful. But after the next hour I was on my own, and I was able to pay a man on a motorbike to drive me, and when we got to blockages he just went into the farmland. I kept doing this for the next 4 hours. Walk to a town, then pay someone on a bike. It wasn't until 1 p.m. I got into big trouble. One of the bikes said he was going for a shortcut and stopped in the middle of farmlands and blackmailed me for more money. And then we tried to go through farmlands again and not deal with the blockage. But 5 bikes started chasing us in the farmland and trying to stop us from cutting past. And then I kept walking and walking. Then I found a cattle truck going, and I paid them a bit of money to hide in the back. At this stage it was 2:30 and I had 12 kilometers to go. And it started to become a race to get to Puno before sundown. So I kept walking and walking till I was able to find a tuk-tuk, and they took me to the end of Puno. It was 4 p.m. at this stage, and I knew the hostel was another 3-kilometer walk. And I was able to get there by 5 o'clock. And that was what it's like to travel in Peru when there's a protest. It was stressful and hard and dangerous. I would not recommend coming to Peru at this stage.